welcome back to Jet Life.
You got 2 touchdowns on the day. One was on a key 4th down conversion. Can you walk me through both of them?
If you were to scare anyone on the team, who would it be and
why? Are you serious? You had a couple big catches today, but a huge one in overtime to help your team win. What did you see on that route?
I mean, I seen Bryce get flushed from the pocket.
You brought up his name. What did you think about the play of your quarterback today?
We've talked about it all season long. The Jets just haven't been making plays in the second half, but today after the break, they came out firing.
It's the second annual Project 375 paddle battle hosted by Jets wide receiver Brandon Marshall. Let's go inside.
You have an infectious personality.
Hello, Jets Nation.
How do you think you got your sense of humor?
How difficult is the rehab process, especially for you because it's 2 injuries. You got the hip and the shoulder.
Well, I'll say it's makes my days longer.
Later in the show, I finally get to channel my inner Giada De Laurentiis. But first, EA sits down with Larry David for an interview about nothing.
If you played football, what position would you play?
Oh, man. I'd have to learn to kick.
Speaking of kickers, do you know the Jets kicker is from down under as well?
I met him.
Can you walk me through that touchdown run? Because you literally broke 4 or 5 different tackles.
Yeah, honestly, it happened so fast. I didn't even remember it, but I came back to my locker and saw the plays.
You were a 6th-round draft pick, and then you signed here with the Jets on the practice squad. Do you use that as motivation against the other 31 teams that went 5 whole rounds without picking you?
Definitely. I think a lot of guys use that as motivation.
You had a 69-yard touchdown run. That was so impressive, that run there. What did you see on that play? Do you know that was the longest play of the Jets season?
Another rookie, Robbie Anderson, week after week, he's making plays. Last week, he got his 3rd touchdown of the season.
Alex, Robbie Anderson's really taken off.
When you look back at the young man you were at Temple to the man you've become here today, you know, how have you developed as a man?
I would say what really developed me was hitting rock bottom and getting a taste of life without football.
Jordan, it looked like you guys were clicking on all cylinders today. What was the key to shutting down the Bills? First strip sack and fumble recovery of your career. It led to a Jets touchdown. What did you see on that play?
Everybody knows you're a Texas man. I want to know, do you think you have true Texas grit?
I think Texas grit is relative to the person asking. So for this example, I think I do.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna throw that out there. Could
Don't
be judgmental.
deny
Could be
Jersey
judgmental.
grit.
I think that everybody up here kind of has an agenda. We got to get to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is this
definitely.
interview over yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Why do I feel like you're a guy that loves a good theme party? Like you crush the dress-up game. Do you go out with your girls on Halloween and dress up with them?
Yeah. I think this Halloween, my little girl is gonna be Jasmine, the princess from Aladdin.
I'm with the Jets fashion guru himself, running back Matt Forte.
What do you say we break down some of the outfits, some of the guys' outfits from the road trip to Pittsburgh?
Rontez Miles returns to his home city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and this is what he shows up in.
Look at the Master P glasses.
Fail. Those are those even real? Does he even have a prescription? All right, I have to ask you, the biggest shoe size on the team.
It's an 18, actually.
What does an 18 look like? I'm kind of scared. This is as big as my leg. Look at this. This is insane.
Jordan, another tough loss. How hard of a pill is this one to swallow?
It's definitely a hard one because when you play a rival like the Patriots, you definitely always want to come out on top.
I'm at Jets Ice Cooking School in downtown Manhattan. I've got my apron on, which means one thing. I'm cooking. Here's the deal, walk with me. Defensive lineman Steve McClendon and defensive back Buster Screen, they're in the building, they're in the house, and we're cooking up one ingredient. It's bacon. Let's go.
I'm making bacon, bourbon donuts. Chef, how is it done?
Exactly. It's real simple. One-step mixing, a lot of bourbon.
I wasn't gonna let you go without giving me an Arnold Schwarzenegger line.
Right.
Anyone you want, you give me one.
Dylan. And he slaps his hand, he goes, "What's the matter, Dylan? See, I got you pushing too many pencils."
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See you later. I'll be back.
If you missed any part of tonight's show or any other episode, go to NewYorkJets.com and search Jet Life. For the entire Jets 360 team, I'm Alex Giaimo. Thanks for watching, and good night.